Yo, we're going to check out this worksheet. Today we're going to find out how to find missing angles. So in question number 15, where we start, I'm looking to find the measurement of this angle. We're going to start by labeling the triangle, the opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. So if I look across, that finds the opposite side of the triangle. So I'll put an O there for opposite. The hypotenuse is down here. That's the longest side of the triangle, so I'll do an H here. And then this is the adjacent side. And the adjacent side in this problem doesn't really matter because I don't really have information about it. So I don't really need to know that that's the adjacent. So I need to pick a trig word now. So I'm going to use sine, cosine, or tangent. And I know that this triangle involves information using the opposite, which is 12, and the hypotenuse, which is 24. So I need to pick one of these that uses the opposite and the hypotenuse. My answer for which one to grab would then be sine, because it uses opposite and hypotenuse. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say the sine of my missing angle. So you could do sine question mark, or you could do sine theta. I'll do sine question mark here. So the sine of my angle has got to be equal to this fraction, which is the opposite over the hypotenuse, which is 12 over 24. So step 1 is label the triangle, opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse. Step 2 is to pick one of the words that you use, depending on the information that you're given. Step 3 is to write an equation, which we have here. And then step 4, we just have one last thing to do. We need to get this sine to the other side, and you can do that by just writing question mark or your missing angle equals, and it won't be 12 over 24. Now it's going to be this little weird thing. It's going to say the sine inverse, which is a -1 up top, of 12 over 24. So when you move that sign from the left side of the equal sign to the right side of the equal sign, it becomes a sine -1. If you wanted to move it back over to the other side, you could, and it would be a regular sine. The same works for cosine and tangent. So if you move a cosine to the right, it becomes cosine -1. If you move tangent to the other side, it becomes tan -1. So why is that cool? What does this do for us? This is something that you can just plug in to your calculator. Let me grab it. So on your calculator, you'll notice that there's a sine button, right? And then right above it, there's a sine -1, and a cosine -1, and a tangent -1. So to get at those, you push second sine. So it comes up like that on your calculator, and you just type in your fraction. Our fraction is 12 over 24. So I'll do 12 divided by 24. Looks like that. Push enter. I get an answer of 30, which means that my missing angle, or the angle of that triangle, right over here, is 30 degrees. That process is going to be pretty much the same for all of these. If you have any questions, send me a message.